mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine.
Hey, welcome to the Pool Lock YouTube channel. I'm James Locke. Today we're going to answer some of the Ask James questions of the day. So the first question comes from Charles, and Charles asks, I've heard you talk about bond mutual funds, but how are they different from bonds? Absolutely, Charles. Let's dive deeper into the world of bond mutual funds versus individual bonds. When we talk about bond mutual funds, it is crucial to understand they're fundamentally different from owning individual bonds. Here's why. With individual bonds, you have those solid guarantees we discussed in previous videos, a predictable interest payment throughout the bond's life, and the return of your principal at maturity. So barring any defaults, of course, right? So however, when you invest in a bond mutual fund, those guarantees disappear. Why? Why do they disappear? Because a bond mutual fund is essentially a basket of bonds managed by a company. It doesn't provide the same level of security as individual bonds. In fact, if you were to study to become a financial advisor, you'd learn that the bond mutual fund is defined as a company stock that owns bonds. So this inherently suggests higher risk compared to holding bonds directly. Now, despite this difference, bond funds have their place in investing. One significant advantage is diversification, right? If you have a smaller amount to invest, let's say you only have $25,000, right? Or $50,000. Basically, we like to say less than $250,000 to invest. Bond funds allow you to spread your investments across numerous bonds effectively. Even with just $5,000, you could potentially own 100 different bonds through a bond fund. So this diversification across various companies helps mitigate risk compared to putting your funds into one or a few individual bonds. However, for investors with larger sums, individual bonds and bond-like investments, they may offer more tailored control and potentially higher certainty in returns. So you can customize your portfolio to match specific income needs and durations, which can be advantageous in retirement planning, where reduced risk and volatility are key considerations. So, while bond funds lack the guarantees of individual bonds, they do provide a cost-effective way to diversify your bond investments, especially for smaller portfolios. Understanding these nuances will help you make informed decisions aligned with your retirement income goals and risk tolerance. That's a great question. Bonds and bond mutual funds. Thanks for your question. Hey, if you have a question you would like to have answered, email it to us. You can email it to poollock@poollock.com. Let's get to our second question. It comes from Angela. My parents own a bunch of municipal bonds. Do you think that's the right move for me? All right, Angela. Considering municipal bonds for your investment strategy, it can be a smart move, but it really hinges on your tax situation, right? Here's why municipal bonds offer, what they do is they offer tax-free interest income at the federal level, right? So if you purchased bonds from a state with no income tax, you can also avoid state taxes, right? So that would double the benefit. Now, if you're in a high tax bracket, like the top bracket, which is currently 37%. So it's crucial to compare the after-tax yield of municipal bonds with taxable bonds of similar risk. Here's the math. If you opt for a taxable bond, you'll need to subtract 37% of the interest to pay federal taxes. So the question then becomes whether the remaining yield after taxes is higher than the lower, the lower yield that you would earn from the tax tax-free municipal bond. So historically, due to lower tax rates today, taxable bonds often yield more after taxes for individuals in lower tax brackets. So many other or older investors have favored municipal bonds, due to their tax advantages. And that was more advantageous in higher tax environments. But for younger investors, right, like yourself, it's about maximizing your after-tax income rather than avoiding taxes altogether. So crunching the numbers and determining, which options align best in your financial goals and tax brackets is important. Remember, the goal isn't to minimize tax payments, but to minimize what you keep after taxes. It's important to remember what you keep after taxes is all that matters. Great question. Hey, if you have a question that you would like us to answer, email it in. You can email it to poollock@poollock.com. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. I'm James Locke, your retirement income source. I'll see you next time.
Money on my mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine. Retirement is near, don't you live in fear. Listen up, my friend, let me make it clear.